You know who I hate? The children. Not children in general. I actually think kids are great. The only reason I didn't have any of my own is because I prefer money and sleep. But the children, I hate them. Like that nebulous group of victims who we must perpetually be concerned about saving from some imminent danger. Like, do you, an adult human, enjoy firing up the occasional joint? No, think of the children. Do you, a person with a fully formed brain, want to say the word fuck bucket on YouTube for your audience of other people with fully formed brains? I don't care. Save the children. Do you think children should know that some other children have two daddies? Absolutely not. We must protect the children from this forbidden knowledge. Even the children who have the two daddies, they must be protected. They can never know. One of the daddies has to dress up like a mommy. Wait, no, that will also threaten the children. Damn it, what do we do? Anyway, a hot new way to save the children has just dropped here in California, and it comes in the form of a bill that was recently passed by the state House and Senate. AB 2273, also known as the California Age-Appropriate Design Code Act. For far too long, the internet has been a dangerous place for children to play, and this bill hopes to change that by forcing websites and services that might be used by anyone under the age of 18. So most websites, maybe all websites, depending on how you interpret the bill's use of the word business, we're going to force those websites to establish the age of users with a, quote, reasonable level of certainty and enact stricter standards of privacy and safety, like not collecting location data or personal information from minors. Sites will also need to limit the use of dark patterns, which is not defined in the bill, but is apparently not super cool satanic rituals, but actually like sneaky ways that sites like TikTok get you to keep scrolling and scrolling. My family got internet access when I was around 11 or 12 years old, and honestly, the first thing I did was find chat rooms where I would talk to weird, strange adults. Websites didn't have measures like the California Age-Appropriate Design Code Act, so obviously, I gave these strangers my home address, photos of me and my family, and my parents' bank account numbers. My entire family was robbed and murdered several weeks later. Just kidding. Actually, my parents limited my access to the internet and gave me good advice about not sharing personal information with strangers. Because as parents, that was their job, parenting me. Look, I'm not trying to be all libertarian all of a sudden. Yes, there are evil companies and evil people who use underhanded tactics to manipulate marginalized, disadvantaged, and naive people, including children. And yes, the internet is now everywhere, and it's become increasingly difficult for parents to monitor what their kids are exposed to online, especially for parents who are single or working full-time or aren't very literate about the internet. So there is room for the government to offer those parents help in protecting their kids from nefarious actors online. The government could, say, offer free childcare for parents who need it, or offer internet literacy classes to explain potential dangers and how to keep kids safe. But the Age-Appropriate Design Code Act isn't going to help anyone, and it's actually going to make a lot of things much, much worse. The most glaring problem is the fact that websites must determine the age of every single user if they think it's possible that, say, a random 17-year-old might show up and use their website or services. So how do you do that? How do you verify the age of everyone who visits your website? There are a number of ways, but pretty much all of them require that website to collect data that you don't even really want to collect, and also that the user doesn't really want to give you. So goodbye anonymity, goodbye checking things out in a private browser, goodbye to your personal data. Like, are you a pregnant woman in Florida seeking information about abortion care? Are you a trans kid in Texas looking to access gender affirming care? Well, to use any social networks or any websites run by businesses, you're going to have to verify your identity. Proponents of this bill say that it won't necessarily mean showing your driver's license to every website you access. Technology can help here, like by having a third party verify your age from your driver's license or a passport or other ID. That's probably why a similar bill in the UK was avidly supported by the company MindGeek. That's the company that you may or may not know owns Pornhub, RedTube, and YouPorn. Confused? Let me explain. As reporter Shoshana Wodinsky detailed quite well on Twitter, in the mid-2010s, European countries started passing laws to protect the children from online pornography. So MindGeek, owner of 70% or so of the streaming pornography marketplace, created another company called Age ID, which allows users to upload their ID or show it to a participating retailer in person and getting a code to prove their age once and then be verified across various sites. MindGeek allowed competitors to use Age ID, which has effectively led them to controlling a monopoly in the age verification space. Oh, and not to worry you, but Age ID's privacy policy admits to them collecting tons of data on users, and MindGeek itself has experienced several high-profile data breaches in years past, like in 2012 when 1 million YouPorn users were exposed, and not in the fun, porny way. So MindGeek already turned previous pornography blocks into winning lottery tickets. If this California bill is passed into law, every major website will be looking for the easiest solution for them and their adult users to continue to access their websites. And chances are that instead of building their own age verification tool, they're going to go with the only game in town, Age ID. So to recap, in order to save the children of California from the internet, you, as an adult living anywhere else in the world, will be forced to give your personal information to a porn company that, I should mention, recently had to remove the majority of its videos because of suspected child sexual abuse. As unintended consequences go, this was just too good to not share with you. I have spent the past few days just being both amused and horrified about this. I couldn't not make a video about it. But there's a lot more that's wrong with this bill. Lots of undefined terms, draconian rules that would force website owners to do complicated surveys that they then have to turn over to a committee, and the fact that owners who cannot comply will be forced to either shut down or treat all of their users as if they are toddlers. To learn more about any of this, I recommend following Mike Masnick at Tector. He's been covering this very well. The good news is that as of this recording, Governor Newsom has not yet signed this bill into law. He has the right to veto it. So if you live in California, you have a chance to save the internet. Go to his website. The link is in the transcript linked below. Fill out this form telling him, please veto AB 2273. For the children.